on my face, hesitate to give me some. I'ma catch a murder case. On my block, in this cop, mask on my face, hesitate to give me some. I'ma catch a murder case. 30 on the clock when I get guap, whipping on the scene when I get clean, wheel on the beat, on me, that's it, on me, I take the key, when I'm in, I take the key, when I'm in, I get 30 on the clock when I get guap, whipping on the scene when I get clean, wheel on the beat, on me, that's it, on me, I take the key, when I'm in, I take the key, when I'm in, I get on my block, in this cop, mask on my face, hesitate to give me some. I'ma catch a murder case. On my block, in this cop, mask on my face, hesitate to give me some. I'ma catch a murder case. 30 on the clock when I get guap, whipping on the scene when I get clean, wheel on the beat, on me, that's it, on me, I take the key, when I'm in, I take the key, when I'm in, I get 30 on the clock when I get guap, whipping on the scene when I get clean, wheel on the beat, on me, that's it, on me, I take the key, when I'm in, I take the key, when I'm in, I get on my block, in this cop, mask on my face, hesitate to give me some. I'ma catch a murder case. On my block, in this cop, mask on my face, hesitate to give me some. I'ma catch a murder case.
Oh, it's a new day. The sun is out, and we are ready to go racing here in Portugal, Portimao circuit for the Contest of Speed European Tier 2 drivers. My name is Brooksy, and I'm one of your commentators for this evening. You're probably wondering, why am I on comms for this evening instead of in the driver's seat? Well, that's because your old league comms who would run European 2 and European 1 has had a promotion in work, an absolutely amazing achievement, but now must work extra hours, so I am stepping in and getting in on the comms and getting in this spicy action. Join with me in the comms booth is Rob Star.
Hello, man. Hope you're feeling all good, you know. Today could be an interesting one for EU2, but also congrats to Red Panda for his promotion.
Absolutely, congrats to him. Yeah, it's an amazing achievement to get a works promotion. It's always shows the hard work and dedication that you put into your job and getting up there in the rankings. But as we go into this qualifying session, it's looking sunny and very dry, unlike what we've seen earlier in the week. We've had a wet qualifying session, but now we're going into this dry, and I'm highly anticipated for this because it was my tier. So now, let's see what the drivers can do. I'm talking about commentating you for a change instead of racing you. This is interesting stuff. I'm very excited. Oh, lost for words. Let's go, guys. My
Well,
old
you should know
teammate Ali
most
is on
about
the
this
lap.
tier. You should know most about this tier, so you should be really excited about this, shouldn't you?
Very excited, mate. Very excited.
Oh, I just really got Dragon here. He's about to start his first flying lap. Just at Precision Pole on Portimao.
We'll go on with Dragon, a driver that I had a tussle with in Baku. Very fast driver, but that was an interesting race indeed. As he crosses the line, going down into turn 1. It's very easy to invalidate if you clip that curve. He does invalidate! I called it before he even did it! Oh, very easy to be done. Very easy to be done. It's an invalidation for him, unfortunately. Good evening, everybody.
Still is Manuel Maskey as well. Looks like these people are invalidating already on their first lap.
Oh no. Invalidations round. We'll go on with those do be nasty. That was Manuel Mansky, did you say?
Yeah, validated.
I only know
After
him.
turn 4.
I only know him under
Looks
his
like
EA name, unfortunately.
Borges on a flying lap right now, so he's going to be the first one to cross the line and set the lap for EU2.
Borgia coming round down Portimao corner, very tidy indeed. It's a purple second sector as he heads into the sort of shallower of the hairpins, should I say. And then trying to keep it nice and tight to the inside line. Not losing too much speed on these very fast corners. A lot of these corners you need to try and keep your entry speed and maximise your exit speed without invalidating, using as much as the track as you can. And I think it's going to be, it's a 17.6, so it's a decent banker, but I'm expecting Paul to be in the 16s, at least 16 flats around here. Because my time's rather spicy. I'm not so sure about what your time could be done, Rob. But
it's not the best of time, but Tom Carter just grabbed pole.
Hoffendorback 16.6. Hoffendorback, I called it. There it is. We're in the 16s.
Loads of these people are invalidating everywhere. Looks like we're kind of struggling to try to keep the track limits. And Pukigo crosses the line, goes faster than Borgia.
We just got that on cam. Goes up into P3, provisional P3, should I say. These are just the banker laps. There's still plenty of time to get another lap in and show your true pace. Get in the chat, guys. Let us see what your predictions are for this race. What do you think's going to happen? I think I have a spicy prediction of what could happen. Tom Carter jumping up. PW Jones up there. Nisula jumping up there in the Red Bull Reserve. Oh, it's already splitting the order.
This is too quick. Well, it used to be in EU4, but now in EU3. Could we see another promotion?
Oh, on with what I was saying about the predictions. I was gonna say I can predict either Kos Elite winning or Tom Carter winning this race. Hack or P2, I think, just from sheer racecraft and strategy. Dragon getting his way up into P3, if not winning the race on the AlphaTauri of Dragon. That's my prediction. So it's a bit all over. I know there's a couple of names shouted out there, but these are drivers that I know can pull out a few masterclasses when needed. And the Fizz takes Paul with a 16.6. Ferrari driver up there into the mix.
That's keeping him improving. Let's see who can do better than Fizz. Currently, Hilly is about to finish his lap. Crosses the line. Can he get pole? No, but he gets a P3 with a 16.7.
Tom Carter not happy with his lap, as he says in the chat. 17 flat, dreadful lap. Well, get yourself out there and do another one then. We're currently on board with the Alpine of Dynamic Duo, who's flashing. Didn't notice that at the time, but I've noticed it now. Who else have we got? Hack on a lap. It's invalid. A lot of invalids.
He's invalidating his lap.
It is Cornish Cup.
Same as Roger Sky. Looks like we're right next to each other.
Aston Martin flying through onto the first DRS. Oh, would you class that as a second DRS with the main straight being a DRS?
I'm not sure.
Zone 1, would it be, or Zone 2?
I think it's zone 2 really. Because most of the first DRS is in the first.
As he comes
Oh,
up
sector.
the hill of Samsung. Back down to Craig Jones corner. Up
Get a good line
again
for
into
this.
Portimao. Around. Oh, he's off! It's
Oh, it's
invalid!
invalid.
Oh. Not what was needed. Not what was needed.
No. Well, the person in front of him, which was Cornish Cook, in front of Cornish Cook was Rosa Sky, who's currently still on the lap and hasn't invalidated, going down the long straight.
The Haas is coming at full speed. Takes the inside line as tight as possible, but it's only 17.3. It's only good enough for P11. Oh, that's not what we wanted to see. However, the gap is only a second with the times that have been set on the board. So everybody's within a second. So it's looking good. P1, provisional pole through qualifying, is split between a 10th to P3. So the fine margins is what it's all about. Just getting on the power that little bit earlier, just braking that little tiny bit later. It's all about the fine margins and you can make it work. Think, what was it, Manuel Mansky? Is that what you call him?
Manuel Maskey.
I'm just going to call him those do be nasty. Or nasty. I'm just going to call him nasty for now because that will be
Nasty
easier
for
for me.
now.
Nasty. He's out on his lap. Coming up to zone 2 of the DRS. Reeling wide open. Purple sector 1. Heavy on the brakes into the first hairpin. Nice and easy. Using as much track as possible. Doesn't take too many risks. Keeping two wheels nice and firmly on the track. Another very fast corner, but if you take too much speed, it will send you flying out wide for what could be a nasty out in the gravel or an invalidation. Coming down through Craig Jones and up again into Portimao. Round we go to finish the second sector. Oh, very close to track limits, but keeps it within the white lines. Onto the second hairpin. Round we go. Needs to keep it nice and tight to the inside apex here without losing too much speed and maximise your exit because it's now all flat to the end, using full use of the track that we like to see. Maximise it. That's where you gain your time. Using the shortest line possible to the line, and it's going to be a 16.9. Oh. So we've had a couple of fake purples.
Yeah, but whilst you're talking about Manuel Maskey's lap, Elite did grab P5 as he actually did a lap. But also, Tom Coulter's also banged it.
I have.
So it looks like he's stuck with a 117.
Yes, I have been studying the map. I have been trying to learn it to make it a bit more interesting for you guys. I have been trying to learn the map. Hammer time, says Lanky One.
Often Doback with a 16.5 going faster than the
Elite
Fizz.
16.9.
Dragon
Dragon takes pole 16.2. Sensational lap.
What a lap from Dragon.
All is going well. Get us on board with the Alpha Tauri of Will, because I suspect there could be oh no! The teammates have come together and Willie's off the track! Oh, I was expecting a nice little tour, but it's all ended in disaster. You should see yourself a replay of what has just happened. As you can see, he comes round and the Dragon just on the line and sends Will wide. The teammates collide. Alpha Tauri in the mud. Oh. That is crazy. There will be speculation in the paddock after that one. Potential steward report incoming. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
From the AlphaTauris as well. As we're not having the best of qualifying except from Dragon. Grabbing at 116.2, Will far behind.
Press the
Looks
wrong
like
one.
Dragon's quick on the track, but his awareness could not be that high, could it?
Konzo coming in with a 3/10 improvement. At this rate, will put himself up into P8 and potentially knock the Mercedes of Elite down. Crossing the line. It is. It's a P7. So ahead of Dynamic as well.
Well, whilst you missed that action, Hacker did grab P2. He hasn't made a lap yet, and he grabbed a P2 out of nowhere with 116.4. So maybe this time it could be his race.
I'm with an invalid Rosa Sky. Trying to find somebody who's currently on a lap. It's see Andre 91 in the Alfa Romeo. Coming round the hairpin as they start second sector. Needs to keep it nice and steady. Coming up towards Samsung. Up the hill we go. Down Craig Jones we go. And back up Portimao corner. And then once again for the another inclining invalid, too wide, got a 10th up and just got a bit too wide. Nice and easy.
Yeah, it seems like that corner ain't the best for invalidating there.
A lot of drivers are expected to invalidate. It's very easy to invalidate. Everyone's pushing as hard as they can to maximise the speed they can get through the corners. It's all about cornering in Portimao. If you don't know it, get to know it. Apologies on that was a bad Vivo reference. And with the Fizz is doing an 8 lap. He's on the driver on the track at the moment. The only one who's actually doing something. Don't want to show you a pit wall. That would be boring. Andre didn't enjoy the circuit yesterday either. No, a lot of drivers. It's a love and hate. For me, absolutely love it.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh
Can
no.
I say?
In terms of racing, I don't know if it could be classed as one of the favourites for racing standards, but just for sheer fluidity and setting laps, oh, I love it.
Yeah, I love it that way. Like quality laps or something like that. It feels nice.
Yeah.
But in race terms, no.
The Fizz coming down half a 10th up into the first hairpin. Second sector we go. It's a very fast sector. As Lando Norris said, I'm moving up and down, side to side like a roller coaster. Because it's down we go. And
He's
back up
improved
we
by
go.
a bit.
Improving the lap. Oh, nice and easy. Still up by a 10th. That's a potential full purple second sector. It stayed on for quite a while.
And let's see what we can do then.
Had to pit early for the wing and I didn't like the halves. There's Lenky on his race. As the Fizz comes across the line to snatch P2, it's a 16.3. Ooh.
Close one that was.
Getting closer to Dragon now. The gap is closing up. We're getting down to the very shallow, fine margins. We have drivers out. Nisula is on a lap. Currently half a 10th up. The EU3 reserving here in the EU2 has done absolute wonders since coming back into the racing scene. There's dominated races in EU4, dominated in EU3, and got put in EU3 full time. He's now here in EU2 as a reserve. Coming around the final few corners, final 2 corners, using maximum use of the track, trying to maximise exit speed, not too much steering angle, trying to keep the load as less as possible, flying towards the line. It's going to be just a 10th improvement, but keeps the 6th position. The Fizz, it's only doing the lap up, and Dorback started his final lap.
What can he do on his final lap?
Turn 1, turn 2, round turn 3 we go. It's a very low grip
exit.
corner. Easy to drop it, and as well easy to drop it on the incline coming up turn 4. Down into the hairpin we go. Keeping it nice and tight. Oh, a little tiny bit slide. Going round and up into Samsung.
Can he improve in sector 2?
He needs the improvement. Down through Craig Drones, up into Portimao. Round we go. Down again. It's an invalid, everyone. He's still struggling with that corner. Portimao has claimed another victim. On with Hilly, who's a 10 up, as it said, coming through. Turn 4. Opening the rear wing wide open, finishing first sector. Is a 10th down as he head into the hairpin. Don't think it could be much an improvement for Hilly. He should jump on board with the Mercedes, who is a 10th up on his time. We've come around the final corners of this circuit. Again, trying to maximise his speed. Very close to track limits. Very close to track limits. But manages to not invalidate. Oh, there's a bit of a snap as coming towards the line. Doesn't improve. No. The Mercedes stays into P9. The checker flag is waved. Conzo crosses the line to stay P9. Griffin out qualifies Elite in the Mercedes up into P10. Who's next is Cornish Cook across the line to take P12. Pucky coming through the final corners. And Red Bull coming through as well. Borgia P11. Pucky P9.
And Dragon improves his current lap.
Roger Sky only finishes P17. Will staying in the pits, and that will do it for qualifying, people. Ooh, Dragon taking pole position. The Fizz in P2. I did not expect that one. And Hako takes P3. Hako really showing some strong pace recently.
And let's see what he can do in the race, you know. In the race, it does change up a lot. As he's kind of known to mess up in the race a bit, but can he keep his podium today? If he can keep that P3.
Rightly so, hopefully Hako can stay on the podium and keep that position. We also hope a few other drivers can fight their way up. Nishila P7, the EU3 reservist, with a very good lap indeed. It's all to play for. It's all happening here right now in EU2 as we await the countdown for... Oh, apologies for that. My wheel was making some funny noises, so I just disconnected that rather quickly before it started to make some more noises. Not that my wheel was connected. Yeah, it's 9/10 between everyone, pretty much separated by about a second between the entire grid. Oof, spicy stuff. Are we ready to go? That is the question.
Oh, it's going to be a spicy start. Turn 1's a bit dangerous for lap 1. Looks like it's a bit cloudy out here today. People could expect rain today.
Not as sunny as it was. Maybe later on in the race it could rain if that's what they're expecting. Could somebody please give us some information? We like it saucy. We like the deets. We like to know what's going on. So as you guys sit there and set your strategies up, now is a good time while the drivers work on that to get in the Discord and get yourself signed up. There are still 6 races after this one. So get yourself in, get yourself ready. We can still get you in the racing action. There's a tier for everybody. And stay tuned because you never know where you might find yourself. But again, the race is all to play for. I think it's darkening as, like before my eyes, as I'm watching the sky. I only have a small view of the sky, but what I see before me is potential rain. Ooh, dry, says Matty. Matty gives us the deets. It's a full dry. It's just overcast as the lights come on. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5 lights. And it is. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, it's a slow start for Dragon. Is that dynamic? Jump start dynamic, the Alpine. No, it's all going down. Dynamic gets ahead of the Fizz, overtakes the Ferrari with the jump start, but the Dragon, he really takes the pressure off Dragon. 5-second penalty with a leak. Severe collision. What is going on? It's a virtual safety car. We couldn't see what happened. We was on with the front. What just happened? It's a turn 1.
Seems like a bloody mess around here. After the virtual happened, everybody just tried brake check, but now it's a full cost safety car.
The camera angle was terrible. Driver is falling back. Full course safety car out of turn 2. That was kind of expected around Portimao. It's a very fast corner. Jeez. It's not what was expected.
Cook has got no wing.
5
so
seconds.
Definitely lidded, just collided with someone. Same as Elite.
So there's 2 5-second penalties on the grid. Dynamic duo, drive 3 for jump start. Elite, does Elite have damage?
Yeah.
Can you see it? Elite has damage, which means if he pits, he's going to have to serve the 5 seconds. Look, he's no wing. Oh no. The only thing that could have been was a car slamming on the brakes through turns 1 or turn 2. And the Mercedes has just gone up the rear end or something around that region. Something must have happened.
It's happened to the same as Cornish Cook, as he did get a 5-second time penalty. He has no front wing as well.
The Fizz in the pits. Interesting. Cornish
and he gets a new wing.
It's Elite in the pits.
This Fizz gets a new wing as well. Seems like 3 drivers are getting a new front wing after having that collision into turn 1.
Wow. As we see the tyre strategy on the screen, you can see what people are opting out for. The Mercedes has now gone for a hard stint. There's Cornish Cook on the mediums, the Fizz on the mediums. Have some soft runners, Andre, Will, Nasty, Griffin, Pookie and Hilly on the softs. The rest on the medium compound tyre. So mixing strategies. As we see a nice little graphic there, possible strategies. A soft medium, medium soft, medium hard, soft hard. Depends what you go for, depends on safety cars, as we've already got one. So I hope you're under-fueled, guys, and you got your fuel strategy correct, because now the laps are going to build up.
Oh, this is the first time seeing a safety car. And on the EU side, as EU4 and EU3 did not get a single safety car. And there's a EU2, not really a clean drive already. Safety car already in lap 1.
It's all gone a bit downhill there, but we can expect some hopefully can expect some tidy racing on the restart. If you are listening, I'm looking at you guys right here on the screen, all of you. Keep it clean, don't take the risk. There are 29, there will be 28 or so laps to go when the safety car comes in. It's a lot of racing, people. D Summers, we heard you. Good. Take it easy, chaps. We'd like to see spicy stuff. Don't kill yourselves, because then there's going to be no spicy stuff. Love you, D Summers. Oh yes, we've got a new gimmick. We love it. You've got to keep it entertaining or else people don't stay interested. Yeah, true, mainly just the first few corners here. Yep, keep yourself nice and tidy. There's a lot of racing to go. Implement your strategy. The first stint is not where it's at. It's all about the second stint, as you know. The second stint can really change the dynamic of a race. That's a nice camera. We can see everybody coming through nicely there. Oh, why would you do that? Hey.
Well, we do have safety car in this lap, and Dragon will be leading the pack. So let's see if we can get a good start on the start of the restart. But remember, Dynamic does have a drive-through, so he'll be subbing out this lap or the next 2 laps, if I believe so.
He will have to dive into the pits either this lap or next lap. I reckon that will be the limit he's been given, as a safety car has gone in now. But I think Dragon has gone. Not yet. Come on, get it. Go. He's gone. Did he get the drop? I don't think he got the drop on Hilly. Hilly is right there at Dynamic. So Dynamic must have another lap to serve that drive-through penalty, as we see Hilly going for it on Hakor. Really going for it through into turn 1, gets it on the inside. Beautiful stuff from the McLaren, but he's on the soft compound tyre, which will work better at this stint in the race. But Hakor trying to defend it on the outside line, can't make it with a switchback, and Hilly keeps the position as the Haas of Huff and Dorback goes side by side with the Red Bull and Nisula. Nisula down into the hairpin. Oh, the Haas has gone deep and has hit the curb and losing positions. 3-second penalty. That is not good for Huff and Dorback. Definitely not what was needed. But Nisula, PW Jones and Pucky have got through on the Haas. Interesting restart. A lot of action going on down the order. Oh no! Is that the Aston Martin dropping back the order? I think it is. Let's get the camera on. It is dropping more positions under attack from Andre. Coming round Portimao corner, down the hill and up into the shallower second of the hairpin corners. But does manage to keep the position. The Fizz making moves on Borgia. And we see Cornish Cook making moves on Andre. If this all going off in this first lap of the restart. We have a pit for Dynamic Duo, as we suspected, gone in to serve that drive through. Just what was needed. But it is a second between Dragon and Hilly, which means when the DRS is enabled, it will be Hilly the one under attack, unless Hilly can gain on Dragon. Hakor staying within that beautiful second. Nisula within a second. Jones, Puckett, Huff and Dorback, Tom Carter, they're all within a second. Rosa Sky moving up positions on Andre. Can we get a clip of that? We can't. We don't know what happened there. But I'll try and get it on for you.
Yeah, that seems like Dragon's a bit quick on those mediums, as Hilly's can't catch up on those softs. With Hakor right behind Hilly, can he catch up without DRS going to be enabled this lap? From the next lap, with Nisla behind Hakor as well, as we've got a DRS train ready for the next lap.
Yes, so currently on board with Hakor. Elite really was about 8 seconds off on the restart, but has closed that gap right up. I think maybe something happened at the back, got caught out, or maybe just took it slow anyway to avoid any unnecessary incidents. As a strategy could come out to play on a hard run, could be going long on the hards and box for softs towards the end. But DRS is enabled, so as we get round turn 1, 2 and 3, we should see the DRS being opened as they exit turn 4. Konzo making moves. Oh, I jumped to the wrong camera. But he's up. The Fizz P9, his teammate behind. Rear wing open on those drivers. We're on with Hilly, who's going down into the hairpin. Hakor even, apologies on that. As doesn't get a move done yet, but has closed the gap right up. He's only a tenth behind, getting right up to the rear bumper of the McLaren. Beautiful stuff. The pole lap time was a 16.2, I believe.
Yeah, 16.2.
But Nisula now getting dangerously close. The EU3 reservist here in the EU2. Dangerously close to the Williams of Hakor. But it is something that I was foreseeing, or hopefully foreseeing. Nisula doing a absolute reserve master class race as we come around the final corner. The DRS is where the DRS is most powerful. Should I get my words out correctly?
Yeah, it is enabled now, but it looks like Nisla is making the move on Hako to grab that P3 into turn 1. Gets it nice and clean. And Hilly will be next. Would Nisla be able to make the move on the next DRS straight? But Borgia up to P11, fighting with Will still. Up to turn 3 now.
Coming round turn 3, we go up into turn 4 as we get onto the straight with the rear wing open, and Borgia keeps the position back on when Asula, who just carries on closing that gap up, gets very close to the McLaren, but there's no contact as we saw. This is impressive for the Red Bulls. The Red Bulls could do with a point. Nasula up on the podium position. This is beautiful for the reserve driver, exactly. Always under attack by Hako as we come up Portimao, as Hako sends it side by side coming down the hill, but Nasula defending perfectly in the Red Bull. Gets the better traction and gets ahead as they come round the second hairpin. Coming around once again, there's a bit of a gap there, but I wonder if Hako could use the DRS to their advantage and get another attack on. All going off here in the EU2 for the fateful podium positions, as Dragon is still a second ahead and Hilly does not have the DRS to defend if it came to it.
It looks like Hilly's haven't got much battery left, as Nisla is right behind Hilly. Do you think you could overtake Hilly on the next DRS straight? Do you think it'll be close enough?
Potentially, if the battery's down on Hilly. If Hilly's been draining that battery to stay ahead on the DRS, Nasula could potentially push that fateful overtake button and send it one, but he doesn't. Just keeps trying to use the DRS to close the gap, but if Hilly is good with DRS management, could also use the ERS to maintain the gap. But it's for how long? Because how much can you recharge around Portimao when you've got to maintain your speed in the corners? Oh, a bit of a snap for Hako.
Oh.
Nice and corrected though. As we see, Pucky's falling down. The order is off the track. Alpine making lawnmowers, it seems. Gets going again. There's no penalties at hand, no safety cars, and the yellows are clear. But we'll go back to the front grid. Oh, got a nice little camera angle there as the Red Bull's getting right on the tail of the McLaren.
Look at that camera, it's beautiful. Oh, can Nisla make the move on Hilly to grab that P2 as Dragon still got that 1.8 gap?
Oh, Nasula sending it on Hilly. Going for P2. Does Nasula feel like Red Bull can catch Dragon? I think it could happen, you know.
Yeah, I think he has the pace.
Thinking about it now, I genuinely think the Red Bull could be chasing an EU2 victory.
Oh,
predictions in the chat. Get him in now.
promotion.
Predictions in the chat. Elite picks up a 3-second penalty. That's not good. Not when you're in the DRS of the Alfa Romeo Vandre.
Yeah, the sky looks a bit grey lanky, but we've been told by the drivers there shouldn't be any rain this race. So it looks like it's going to be dry all round.
It is approximate. Do not forget the weather is approximate. So I do believe that means it could change. But we shall see how it goes.
Well, look at that gap Hilly's dropped. So it looks like the softs has already died. So I think it's the time for Hako to try to attack Hilly, as Hilly's been dropped out of DRS. And it looks like Hilly won't be having DRS for this lap. So it looks like it's time for the Williams to attack on the McLaren.
Nasula sending that Red Bull flying has enabled Hako to get past Hilly. Hilly losing the DRS has had to defend so long using the ERS, and there's nothing more you can do. The battery, you need to save and you need to try and use the DRS to your advantage, so you need to concede the position, but now could be under attack by the Williams teammate, PW Jones.
Yeah, it looks like both Williams are on the medium, so it'll be quicker than Hilly, the McLaren, which is on the soft, so the softs would have been died by now. As Dragon still keeps that lead, and this is still trying to catch up. Looks like this is kind of quick from sector 2, but on that straight, Dragon's got that advantage.
It's now Nasula's time to defend. Nasula has to defend like a champion. without the DRS. But looking at the time, Hakon might lose it if Nasula gets the better exit. Coming up towards the DRS detection point. Will he break a second? I don't think so. It's staying 9/10. Coming to the line, crossing it. It's still 9/10.
But it's got
So
the DRS.
Paco will have the DRS. The rear wing wide open. Needs to close that gap dramatically because Nasula is really pushing the Red Bull to try and break the DRS.
Yes, he is still. He's still got a DRS train for second down to P9, but we've been some changes of the back here as well.
Dragon there, rather comfortable heading into the hairpin, still maintaining at least 1.5 seconds in front. I feel like Dragon could gain more pace, but he's just more thinking tyre management. This is what I would be thinking. If you know you're quicker, you maintain a certain time gap, make sure that the DRS doesn't happen and just go from there. But judging from that, as the gap's opening up to almost 2 seconds, might have been right, unless Nasula's dropping time. Don't think so.
I don't think so. Looks like this has kind of dropped Dragon a bit as Hako has been maintaining that gap. But look, can he be in the DRS again? I think he's dropped it.
Sid says
Yeah,
Baby Shark, do. Okay then.
It could be his favourite song. You never know.
Well, as we know, he's not an adult yet, so it wouldn't surprise me. Predictions in the chat. What do you think the finishing positions are going to be? We still need to wait for the pit stop strategies to come into effect as Griffin gets a 5-second penalty going into the pits. That could be a hard run for the Mercedes driver, but that's 5 seconds.
It looks like it was on the softs, so seems like the softs would have died by now, and looks like Healy could be coming in anytime soon to change out those softs.
Rookie mistake. Griffin on the mediums. Andre gone in on the softs and he's coming out on the hard tyre. So Andre could be going to the end. I see it going to the end for Andre. Is it 21 laps? Potentially doable. Potentially doable. The tyres must be absolutely screaming towards the end. But it's a risk you're willing to take. Then go for it. Breaking the 1 second. Nasula's brought the 1 second. The Fizz going side by side with PW Jones coming out of the final corners. He's all the way around. Oh, PW Jones maintaining the position. I don't know if the Fizz backed out of that there or if the Williams just got the better exit. But now the rear wing will be open as the Ferrari moves to the inside line. Probably using the battery because he is getting the better speed. Unless it could be a setup advantage. Round turn 1 we go. The Ferrari takes a position.
Yeah, looks like their batting kind of dropped PW Jones out of Hilly's DRS, so which made him have no DRS throughout straight to make him weak, and Fizz could make an easy overtake on him to grab P5.
Going into the hairpin. Bit of a lock up from a driver there. I think that was the Hasselhoff and Dorback. It's going again. Just a slight lock up by somebody. I'm not entirely sure who. It was a puff of smoke.
It looks like Hilly's still at DRS with Hako, and Hako's kind of dropped this a little bit. But Dragon still can. Oh, talking about Hako, he's got a 3-second time penalty.
Oh no.
That won't help towards the end as he is in a good position right now. But everybody's got DRS, which is behind him, up down to P9.
That's all going wrong. Drivers getting penalties. Track limits, as we've said, is a sketchy one here. We saw a lot of invalidations in quali, so it is to happen. It's very wide and very easy to go off track, especially when you're pushing to the absolute limit, pushing the car to the very edge, trying to gain all the time that you can. It's just very easy done. Borgia in the pits. We could potentially see the hard runners now, the people going for the hard strategies to the end, coming into the pits within the next 2 laps. After that,
Yeah,
potentially
you were
see
talking about that. Borgia
mediums.
has gone to his hards. So Borgia's onto the hards to the end, maybe, if there's no more safety car.
Easy to predict with the amount of laps that remain. If you're going to box right now, then it's a hard stint to the end.
Yeah, it seems like Hilly's doing well on those softs still. Keeping that gap with Hacko, but Fizz is still right behind Hilly. Do you think he'll be attacking soon, as he's right behind him, catching through sector 2, where he would have most of the grip?
I hope so. I can only hope that there is a Ferrari on the charge and an attack for another position. Because again, it could mean all the difference when the strategies come into effect. It all depends on what kind of race you're running. But we want to see all the action you're ready to give us. As the Fizz, now he's in prime position, swings it to the inside. DRS wide open, using the batteries to get the extra top speed side by side into turn 1, as the Ferrari's done it once and will do it again. Gains the position up into P4.
Clean move for Fizz. As Hilly's still struggling on my softs, but still doing well at the same time. Maski has gone into the pits on those soft runners.
Going on. So, soft runner into the pits with a wing change and a medium tyre. Interesting choice. 18 laps on the medium tyres. They're gonna be
They could last.
they could last. I believe we're on the hardest compound of tyre that are available to the drivers on the grid. So, with it being the hardest out of all 5 compounds, we it could potentially last. Could potentially be doable. Because in a normal racing session, this wouldn't necessarily be the medium tyre. Would necessarily be a harder, the white stripe hard, but this time it's the mediums.
The Fizz is making easy overtake on the trail on Hacko. But whilst we're talking about something else, seems like PW Jones has made a move on Hilly, almost soft. I'm thinking it's time for Hilly to pit, because he's lost about 2 positions in 2 laps.
Oh no. Hilly dropping down the order. But we could see a retaliation from Hacko on the Ferrari driver. The Ferrari getting very close to track limits. I'm not entirely sure if that was a warning, but didn't see nothing. But oh, the podium is hot right now. Dragon is 2.6 seconds clear. Nisula is a second clear. It's all going down for the final podium position, which is P3. Jensen J in the chat says, can't wait to finish P20 on my debut next race. What is the tier you have been placed in, my friend? Are you in EU2? We will be seeing you here. We will be seeing you on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Thursday.
Or you're coming from the AM side, which is AM3, AM2, or AM1. As the two people at the front, Dragon and Isla,
EU2 Red Bull replacement. New driver in the chat. There's a new driver on the grid coming next week. We love it as we see the Fizz take the lead of the race as Nisula is in the pits. Dragon was in the pits, so Nisula has pitted to cover off Dragon. I think Nisula feels like they could win the race, so now it's all to push for, all to the end, as we will take a quick look at the tyres to see what has been chosen from the front two. And it is a hard run for Dragon, a hard run for Nisula, trying to keep the rubber as much as they can, because they will need it towards the end of the race. Oh, wow, rookie mistake. But the Fizz on the medium tyre, going strong. Hacko almost outside of a second. PW Jones within a second. Hilly within a second, as you can see the train going down to P8. Oof.
Can Hacko keep that gap close? Will Fizz drop Hacko out of that DRS? Yes, he will.
Oh,
Seems
yeah.
like Hacko's out of that DRS.
Oh, the Fizz is in the pits. Hacko dives in to cover it off. The Williams of PW Jones stays out because you don't want a double stack. But that is interesting stuff. The strategies are very mixed. We have watch for softs. Get the mediums to go 18 plus, go soft, says Lanky1. Watch for softs. Could we see the softs now? Could we see the softs?
Yes.
We do. Hack on the softs. Fizz on the softs. Hilliard on the mediums. Interesting.
Well, Hilly did start on those softs, but did drop back a bit from the from Hacko and the Fizz as they were right next to each other before they pitted. Well, let's see what PW Jones does as the leader currently. Van Dijbak is currently in P2 at a 3-second time penalty.
So, as we look at the map, you can see the spacings now. As the drivers are implementing their strategies, the pit stops are almost done. But this is where things get interesting. I suspect PW Jones will box for softs. Doesn't stays out another lap. Huff and Dolbach flashing light, flashing light. Could be under attack from Konzo. That's just what the Ferrari needed to see.
It's a bit of a gap there.
No, but he's going to close it up nicely indeed. If I saw a flashing light, that's all the encouragement I need to get the push on. As we go to zone, we want to say 2. Could be zone 1. You'll never know until you Google it. To close the gap up even more. To the Haas, who's got that flashing light. The almighty flashing light that every driver behind loves to see. The driver defending hates to have.
Well, let's see what these drivers do. The top 4. Will they pit or will they stay out on those mediums they've got on right now to go on those softs? I think they would stay out for one more lap and pit for the softs, which equals to 14 laps on those softs, or 13. If they pit now or not.
It would be 13 if they pit now. 14 if you include the last, I guess. What's it going to be? PW Jones stays out again. We have not Tom Carter diving into the pits. That will be softs for not Tom Carter, no doubt. Take a look at the tyres one more time. Mediums 19 laps strong for the front 3. Rosa Sky 17 laps. Not Tom Carter also did 19 laps but got it into the pits. See Cornish Cook into the pits. Softs for not Tom Carter as predicted. Cornish Cook potentially softs. Cornish Cook mediums. Probably potentially doesn't have the softs.
Well, it looks like Hacker's currently looking the quickest right now, fighting with a Fizz and Nizzler. If I said that name right, I cannot tell.
I think I agree with the chat. They should have pitted. The front runners should have pitted. They're going to lose a lot of time now. Potentially see a couple of drivers in the mix battling out with these when they come out of the pits.
Well, let's see what they do now. Going on to the long straight. What will the top 3 do? Will they pit or within another lap? But they should definitely pit if they don't want to lose any more time. As Dragon's still closing in that gap with Rosa Sky.
PW Jones stays out again. The Haas is in the pits. The Ferrari stays out again. Oh no, this is not
good.
This is definitely a Ferrari strategy. But Williams, have you been taking a Ferrari strategy play?
He could.
I believe 19 to 21 is the window. You say that, but in terms of actual practicality, the time that they're going to lose, where are they going to come out? Majority of the cars behind are on fresher tyres. Sorry I interrupted you there, Rob. Go on.
Looks like if they do pit now, it looks like they'll be dropping below P10, but maybe they're hoping for a safety car. Maybe that's why they've been staying out. But around here, look at the track is very wide, and if you were to bin it, there wouldn't be any walls to crash it into, really, unless there's a car collision.
You say you want 19, really, but will it play off? We can only wait and see. I am going to say that this doesn't play off until the end. And at best, they're getting the points of see either Williams in the pits, Conzo going another one.
Oh, talk about those old tyres. Dragon, on those new tyres, is now attacking Rosa Sky for P2. As
Oh,
Jones has been overtaking the pits now.
Dragon taking what would be provisional lead of the race when Conzo decides to pits.
As you can see here, Jones is dropping down to P10, P12. Looks like that strategy did not work.
It's outside the points, but does have the tyre advantage by 2 laps, if I say, on Tom Carter. 2, maybe 3 laps on Tom Carter. Tyre advantage.
2 laps.
2 laps, so
Yeah.
it could play off towards the end, the final few laps, but we'll just have to wait and see. As Hacko's getting rather close to the Fizz in the Ferrari.
Yeah, well, look at the gap between everyone. If Jones would like to catch up, he really just needs to push. As he's just stuck in the middle with no one near him. And the next victim is Tom Carter, which is currently in P11. Hanzo does pit after staying on those mediums for a long time. As what's this guy's? Now going to the pits.
Into the pits, but we see Hacko on the attack. He's in the slipstream with the DRS wide open. The Ferrari does not have the DRS, but he's draining the battery to defend. Flashing light on the rear of the Ferrari. Absolutely no battery remaining. Under 10% is when the light starts to blink. So it's all Hacko needs to see as we head on to the next DRS. Rear wing wide open. The Ferrari still doesn't have it. Could it be a send from the Williams? It's not. Hacko's going to be smart about this one. It's a P2. Potential P2 for the Williams driver. It's all to play for here and now. But we saw this within a Elite takes fastest lap of the race on the medium tyre. Takes it away from the front runners, which was needed to snatch a point away, but he will not gain the point unless he finishes P10. So safety car would be pretty nice to bring those at the back of the grid back in the race.
Look at Hacko's still behind Fizz. Would he be able to attack Fizz on this DRS straight to get that P2?
Definitely.
But he doesn't have that penalty.
The Fizz doesn't have the battery. We saw the flashing light. Hacko's just going to gain off sheer advantage because under 20% the car actually loses power. There we go. Hacko making it look easy. Through into turn 1.
Yeah. And he catches that little spin there nearly had. And it is a caution. Looks like someone at the back has spun. Which I believe it was Pookie.
Pause your 3 seconds. Oof. Penalties are coming in now. Track limits are starting to hit a few of our drivers. 9 laps remain. The Fizz staying rather close to Hacko. Could potentially see fighting back, although just needs to stay within 3 seconds.
What's one of
Oh no! The Fizz has dropped it! Oh! Portimao's claimed a victim! The Fizz has dropped it. The pressure is off Hacko, but could potentially still be on as Nasula is right there within 3 seconds. 2.5 seconds is the gap, but on the podium goes Nasula, the EU3 reserve driver driving in the Red Bull 4 tonight. It's been an absolute masterclass race for the reservist. Up on the podium once again, showing the real metal.
Yeah, it ain't the best for the Fizz as he was closing in with Dragon. So he could have done something better, but no, he spun it. Which ain't the best. And now, after he did spun, Tom Carter's now on the attack on the Fizz.
Griffin into the
With
pits, serving a
Hoffendo
penalty.
back and Hilly behind him.
Interesting.
Look at that, Tom Carter's really behind the Fizz. After starting from the back.
It has definitely opened up the window of opportunity for that DRS train on the Fizz, as the Fizz was looking good to attack for P2 and he's dropped it, has fell all the way down to P4. Nusula is still within 3 seconds of Hako. Hako closing the gap to Dragon. With Huff and Dorback making it on an attack with Hilly getting past.
Yeah, it looks like PW Jones have now caught up after they did pitted super late for those softs. So it looks like it would be, what, a 4-way battle for P4?
Potentially. PW Jones back in the points. Was on the fresher tyres as well with the later pit stop strategy, which could work out in the favour as we get towards the final few laps of the race. Oh, the Fizz having a bit of a wobble, could open the door for Tom Carter, sees him going to the outside line as the Fizz goes defensive, pushing Tom Carter back over, trying to squeeze him out. The Haas right on the tail of Tom Carter, but defends beautifully, making that Ferrari huge on the track into the hairpin. Nice. Excellent
bit close
stuff.
between the Fizz and Tom. A bit close there, but I think the main overtaking area is definitely turn 1. On that big long straight.
Huff and Dorback on the tail of Tom Carter there, coming through Portimao corner, really pushing the back of the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, look how close these drivers are all together in this small bit of sector 3.
Hako,
look how close they are.
1.5 seconds to Dragon.
Looks like there he's catching. But can Tom Carter make the move on the Fizz? I don't think so. It's a bit far back.
Ooh,
but the
Fizz is flashing now. The Ferrari's flashing. Tom Carter's pushing. Goes to the outside line into turn 1. Backside of it. Couldn't quite get it.
Van Dopak is there now. Right behind Tom Carter. Will he be able to attack? But no. Tom Carter gets a better exit out of that corner. Will he attack Fizz again in the same corner he did last lap? And he goes down the inside of the Fizz. Can he keep it? Yes, he can. Bit of a nudge here. Fizz goes off the track. And Tom Carter sticks a move up to P4.
Oh, that swing for the inside there from Tom Carter. That was beautiful. Diving through the hairpin, as you can see on the replay. The Ferrari off on the track, but Tom Carter out on top and gets the position as Huff and Dorback is also ahead of the Ferrari of the Fizz. The Fizz dropping positions. This is not good. He was in a prime position to take P2 and he's now falling down the order.
Yeah, it looks like he's not having the best of the race. He spun up to P. It was like what, P2, and he spun, and he's now lost 2 positions to Tom Carter and Van Dopak, which ain't the best. But PW Joseph and Hilly have been fighting, so which brought the other Ferrari, Conzo, up into the battle with them. Look at that massive DRS train. They could get some points here, all of these, some great points.
Sending it on Tom Carter, gets ahead, but the light is flashing. Tom Carter's is not. That's a safety car. Borgia retired. What's that on the straight? How does that happen?
How does he spin on? Yeah, I'm wondering, how does he spin on? I think, was that not in the pits?
I don't know. Why do I have a safety car?
Looks like most of the people are pitting, but would you pit?
No.
That's a real
question.
Well,
this is a tough one. I mean, I understand if you're outside the points for pitting, you've got nothing to lose. All to gain, nothing to lose. If you box for fresh tyres, you've got the fresh tyres. You can go all out attack now in the final few laps that you'll get. We should get 3 laps of racing, I reckon, with the safety car being out now. Hopefully we get 3 laps of racing.
We could.
But
It used to
I
be
would
with
do the same. I'd pit.
Yeah, right now it's not the best for those who's got penalties like Hako, Offendobak, and Mafiz, who has a time penalty of 3 seconds. So if all the grid is all lined up together, they won't be in the best position because they will drop down. So they need to be careful after the restart. They need to keep it clean, but also push at the same time if they want to keep that position they're in right now. It looks like most of the drivers are pitted, except from PW Jones and Hilly after they've gone for the track position. But PW Jones did pit a bit later than everyone else.
Oh, I wasn't expecting the race leader to pit for the fresh sauce, but this is definitely interesting. 3 laps. Can PW Jones and Hilly defend for 3 laps against the driver that's been absolutely dominant out here in Portimao? Oh,
Yeah, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm hoping PW Jones can win this, as we are good friends and a former teammate. You know, Williams. But it's really close on the restart.
I too would also like to see PW Jones pull a strategic masterclass here, not box under the safety car and win this. He potentially has the tyres for this because, as we all saw, did an almighty stretch on the meads. Box late, has the freshest softs out of the entire grid that boxed for softs. So, could it be done?
Could be. This is kind of remind me of Baku, where BK didn't pit on those. Can't remember. I think it was mediums, and he stayed out to get that track position, and he lost 2 positions, and then won on the penalties. So this could be real close. It depends how many warnings these drivers got, if they can get a penalty or not. So there could be some changes on the grid.
So we will get 3 laps of racing indeed. The safety car will go in next lap. This is really changing up the order of things. Tyre conservation is a must for Hilly and PW Jones right now because Dragon has pitted, Hako has pitted. It's interesting stuff. They all need to be on their A game. This is where things get spicy. Absolutely fiery.
It was a masterclass from you, BK. It was. And let's see if PW Jones can do this, doing the same thing you did.
Hey, BK got a shout out. BK once again bringing you the intro screen that you saw. Beautiful work indeed. It's a nice little looping video showing everything you need to know about the league rather than just a blank screen. It's a lot of hard work. Yeah, it looks clean. Very clean indeed. Clean, tidy, slick. Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I think we need to say congrats to BK for doing it, you know. Congrats on the chats to BK, guys.
Credit where credit is due, you deserve it. We're glazing now, folks. Nah, mate. Looks good. Looks good. Juicy stuff.
I'm pretty sure safety car would be going in this lap, so get ready for this safety car restart. PW Jones would be leading if it does go in this lap.
That's what he should do. Realistically, it should go in, even though there's a car quite far behind. We should get 3 laps of racing. But I don't know if it will. If it is, it's going to be a very late call. It's going to be a very late call if it is. I don't think it is. If we don't go in now, I'm going to be very disappointed. Go in! Get out of the way! You're ruining the dynamic of the race! Get gone, will you? It's going to give us 2 laps of racing. However, this is all working for PW Jones and Hilly. What a strategy indeed.
Let's see how these old tyres do for Hilly and PW Jones in the next 2 laps.
Absolutely lapping. They're sat there absolutely lapping, rubbing their hands. It's working out in their favour. Every lap extra the safety car does is 1 more lap to victory for the strategic masterclass of PW Jones. They've just got to defend it. They just needs to get the jump and defend like a lion. The Williams needs to be huge. The McLaren needs to be massive.
Especially as Hako, his teammate, is in P4. So maybe he can try attack the Dragon and try to hold up the drivers behind him as PW Jones will try to defend Hilly, who's on those old mediums as well. So let's see what the Williams drivers can do here in Portimao after there's 2 laps left. Be a close one between these drivers up the front here.
Me and my teammate will be cracking jokes all night, says Destan. Yeah, it's kind of what I do in the comments, but I just waffle. Well, this is going to be interesting, Rob, indeed. PW Jones on for the win. We said it earlier. Can it be done? Is the safety car winning? Please tell me this. Yes, sir!
PW Jones, he just needs a good restart. Pull away from Hilly. And then Dragon will be fighting with Hilly. And I don't want to say too much because I don't want to jinx it, but I'm really hoping.
PW Jones has got it all to lose here and now. The Fizz was on for P2. He's down into P11 out of the points. Dragon was on for the win. He's down into P3. Strategic masterclass from PW Jones and Hilly. They're coming around the final corners. PW Jones going very slowly, trying to make sure that he can get the best jump on the restart that he can. Safety car is in the pits. We should see them go any second now. It's all in Jones's hands. When will he do it? He's gone. He's gone. Is there a jump? It's 5/10 to Dragon. Draining the battery, but Dragon's under attack from Hako. Hako right on the rear of Dragon, putting the pressure on. This is perfect for PW Jones and Hilly. Oh, Dragon under attack. Hako getting in there, wants that final podium position. Ooh. Oh no!
A bit of close restart there.
Oh, side by side, everybody side by side through turn 4, coming on to what would have been DRS, but he's not to be with a safety car. We see Hako giving it a send on Dragon through the hairpin and makes it stick. Get a replay. Oh,
let him move.
Get it done.
And now he's re-attacking Hilly to try and help PW Jones get that win.
Oh no, Hako! No, Hako's dropped it. The only person that could have slowed Dragon down from taking it all away from Hilly and PW Jones is out of the way. Dragon is free to attack.
Oh, a devastating moment. But as we are on the final lap of Portimao, as Dragon attacks Hilly.
Side by side, it's one out of the way, dispatches the McLaren. No, it's just the Williams to go.
As Elite does spin, and Griffin looks like they both might have hit each other.
Oh, Dragon, no battery left, draining it all to get that move done. PW Jones needs to make it. Oh no, he's had a bad entrance coming into turn 3, up into turn 4. Dragon takes the lead, sends it one on the outside. Oh, wow. As we get the replay with a bit of an onboard from Dragon, goes around into turn 3, up turn 4, sending it one, and gets the lead of the race on the final lap. It's all going down on the last lap. We have Griffin DNFing in the pits. Elite's DNF'd. I'm guessing that was in the pits, but we missed out on it. Nisula up, attacking Hilly into P3. Takes the final podium position. Get it done. Oh no!
He's now attacking PW Jones.
Attacking PW Jones. Trying to get P2, switching it to the inside line. He's right on the tail of the Williams, round the final corner. Will he take it all the way to the line? Flashing lights. Come on, what's it going to be? Oh, PW Jones.
What a close race finish, but unlucky from Hako. Oh, 78 milliseconds between Nisula and PW Jones.
Oh,
let's get them lads in here for the interview.
Jeez! Smashing all the way on the last lap is when it all happened. Safety car gave us basically two one-shot laps of absolute chaos. It all went down there. What a race! Nisula on the podium position. Takes P3. Jeez.
Yeah, Nessa should be bumped up to EU2 after that race. So going P3.
So I'm just getting
What
myself
a
the
race,
screenshots there. Gone a bit silent. I need to get screenshots of the results.
It's alright, but what a race from these drivers, you know. PW Jones a masterclass. After not pitting. And Hilly not pitting as well, but dropped another position.
But we'll do
Dragon
for the race
got the
indeed.
win.
Dragon takes a win. PW Jones managed to snatch that second place after a strategic masterclass. Had to defend against Nasula, the reservist of EU3, fighting it out for P3. Hilly up into P4 again with the strategy. Tom Carter P5, Rosa Sky P6, Conzor 7th, Will 8th, the Fizz 9th, and Dynamic Duo 10th will make up your points positions, the top 10. There you have it, and on we go to the interviews. We need to get these guys in here because those last 2 laps were saucy indeed.
Yes, it was. As Tom Carter did take the fastest lap, so he did get that extra point for the Alfa Romeo.
Oh, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. We're trying to get you into the comms booth, lads. We need to hear your side of this.
Definitely from PW's Jones' side after that masterclass. It's a bit closer towards the end. But what another exciting race from EU2.
The invites are out. If you want to be interviewed, you don't have to be, but if you want to be, get in here. We need to hear your side of this. That was what a last laps. Last laps. Speechless.
You always love to see it. You always love to see it. Last lap battles for the win.
11 points from 16th. There's Tom Carter. Beautifully done. We have, I think that's PW Jones. Anybody else getting in? Apologies, gone silent. I'm asking the question. Do the other 2 want to be interviewed? But we do have Jones here.
In here, the P2.
We have Dragon. Nasula says nah.
Let's see what Dragon says. If not, we'll be interviewing one person today.
Oh well. Either way, we need to hear from PW Jones about the strategy call on the safety car anyway, because that was some masterclass strategy there. Absolute 2000 IQ moment. But we'll get on with that now anyway as we wait for Dragon to reply. So P2, PW Jones, what a strategy, managing to drag your way back there. I couldn't remember where you qualified, if you could remind me, but it was a good race. Let's have your take on it. What do you think?
I can't remember where I qualified. It was mid-pack somewhere.
It was like P7,
10th or
P8.
something. Yeah, something like that. I thought I'd start on mediums because I wasn't sure to go hards or softs. I don't like running softs. I would have preferred the medium hard strategy, but it's a bit slower. So because of the safety car, I thought, okay, medium soft it is. And then the safety car at the end, I think I was one of the latest to pit, so my tyres were about 24% worn. I thought, 2 or 3 laps to go. I'm not in a championship fight anymore. I'll just roll the dice and see what happens. And luckily it paid off.
Yeah, it was very impressive indeed, mate. When I was vouching for you to win on that one, I really wanted you to defend like a lion and try and hold that P1 because that would have been absolutely amazing to see. Had Hilly as well following you on a similar strategy. He didn't box and was up there into P2, but lost out and only ended up finishing around P4. But
yeah, Yeah, another
No.
lap. Those new soft runners would have been past both of us. Yeah, another lap, and we wouldn't have survived that.
Oh yeah, no, what's it in your favour? You got the luck of the safety car there. I was expecting it to go in on 30 and give you 3 laps of racing, but you had the extra lap and it dropped it to 2. So it was all working out in your favour there, mate.
Yeah, whoever was in that, I think it was McLaren, was it at the back?
Hilly.
Hilly,
Yeah.
yeah.
Up the back.
No,
Yeah,
right at the
behind you.
back. I think they delayed the safety car for a third
Mm.
lap, so which left us with two at the end, which
Yeah.
really did save me.
Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Anything to add on that, Rob?
That turn 3, on the last lap, did
Yeah,
you meant to go wide or
no,
was
I
that
meant
something else?
I was worried. Whoever, I think it was Dragon, was it? I was worried he was going to send it up the inside and take us both out. So I tried braking later, but messed it up. And he went through on the inside, but on fresh softs, I doubt I'd have held him back for a whole lap. Would have been nice to try, but no, I messed that turn up myself.
Yeah, I was hoping that Hacker would have got past Dragon and defended Dragon, but it kind of spun and dropped back to last. But it was a great race from you, masterclass plan. After not pitting, grabbing that P2 podium.
Yeah, I've got to be happy with that. I think that's my third podium. I got 2/3 and a second. Yeah, it's improving. We're getting there. Still not nowhere near the pace I need to be, but we're getting there.
Well, let's hope next time it could be a P1.
Yeah, we'll see. I think I'll need more luck for that to happen, but give it a go.
It was a great race indeed from yourself. Managed to get yourself a P2 podium position. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
And that will do us for this evening. If you're wondering when your next lot of racing is, that will be our friends across the pond for the AM2 in a American side of things of the Contest of Speed. So stay tuned for that. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Over the night, you shall hear from me tomorrow for the EU1, which will be 9 p.m. UK time. Thank you for watching and have a good night.